It can be extremely frustrating when you're not seeing the results that you want from all your hard training in the gym. There's a lot of scattered information out there on what to do and what not to do in order to optimize your results, but there is one thing we can agree on, that without testosterone, then this muscle building process becomes an uphill battle. Testosterone is a hormone that's produced by our body, and it plays a crucial role in our ability to actually build quality muscle, but also impacts our sex drive and our mood. Testosterone levels in an average adult male can range between 240 to 950 nanograms per deciliter, and as natural lifters, we are always looking for different ways, either big or small, to actually improve our results or fast track our progress. So with that being said, there's actually ways that we're able to increase our natural testosterone by really optimizing the way that we train, the way that we eat, and how we prioritize our post-workout recovery. That is why in today's video, I want to give you 4 simple and easy ways that you can actually increase your natural testosterone to really make sure that you're not leaving any gains on the table. Starting off with the first way that we're able to increase our testosterone levels naturally, and that's by prioritizing our main compound lifts, and they are your deadlifts, your squats, your overhead press, and your bench press. Making sure that we're progressively overloading from week to week will actually help increase testosterone levels, but research has shown that this might actually not be a long-term fix for increasing it, because what happens is after you perform a set of squats or a set of deadlifts, your testosterone levels only increase acutely, and that just basically means that they spike for a little bit before actually returning back to normal levels. So it just goes to show how powerful these main compound exercises are for really building muscle. And just to further put this into perspective, there was actually a study that was performed at the University of Texas where they actually compared the squats to the leg press, and what they found was that the squats actually elicited about 42% more increase in natural testosterone. So when you're going into the gym and you're looking for exercises to prioritize, that's why you really want to make sure that you're prioritizing the heavy compound lifts and making sure that you're progressively overloading them before you actually go to the machines. You're not only going to benefit from a muscle building perspective, but you're going to also help acutely increase your natural testosterone levels as well. Now I'd like to move into more long-term solutions for actually helping you increase your natural testosterone levels, and that actually really starts in the kitchen. Most people know the importance that macros play in terms of actually building muscle, and those are your proteins, fats, and carbs, but where a lot of people honestly fall short is with the micronutrients. These are also very, very important. 2 micronutrients that I want to discuss that actually have a pretty big role in helping you increase your natural testosterone levels is actually vitamin D and zinc, but they're also really great from an overall health perspective. So now I'd like to discuss the normal ranges for each one and what food sources you can actually find them in. Starting off with zinc. Zinc is actually a mineral that your body cannot produce naturally, therefore you got to make sure that you're including it as a part of your diet. The normal range for daily zinc intake is anywhere from 10 to 40 milligrams per day, and those who actually experience lower testosterone levels than normal will actually benefit a lot more by making sure that they're getting adequate amounts of zinc on a daily basis. My advice is to make sure that you're really prioritizing foods that are high in zinc, and these foods actually include red meat. So actually 100 grams of red meat will contain about 4.8 milligrams of zinc, which is actually pretty high. Other food sources that you may want to include in your diet include seafood, beans, and nuts. These are also very high in zinc, so make sure that you're getting enough in terms of your food sources. And about 50% of people have actually shown to be deficient in zinc, so it might be something that you want to experiment with and try actually adding more of these sources into your diet. And in terms of supplementation, if you actually choose a supplement with zinc and you find that you're not able to get the food sources, it might be a good idea to consider supplementation. And there was actually a study that was performed that actually only after 3 months of daily supplementation with zinc, the people actually that had the lower testosterone levels actually doubled their natural testosterone levels, which was actually pretty significant. So the next muscle building micronutrient that I want to discuss is actually vitamin D. So unless you live in a place where you're constantly getting bombarded by sunshine, which unfortunately I don't, and then you want to really make sure that your diet really reflects that you're getting an adequate amount of vitamin D. So in terms of the daily recommended range is anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 IUs of vitamin D, which actually stands for international units. So once again, my advice is to make sure that you're really prioritizing food sources that are high in vitamin D, and some common food sources actually include some fatty fish, milk, and even whole eggs. So you want to make sure that you're getting those into your diet and prioritizing them before you actually consider supplementation. And it was actually surprising that 95% of people are actually deficient in vitamin D, and those who actually experienced lower than normal testosterone levels to begin with, that actually chose to supplement vitamin D for 1 year, actually saw a 20% increase in natural testosterone levels. So that might be something you want to consider if you're having trouble getting it through the diet. So I'd just like to clarify that you can't expect mind-blowing results from actually increasing your natural testosterone through prioritizing these micronutrients. But one thing that I do want to highlight is that anytime you're changing your diet for the better, it's going to be able to help increase your overall health and give you an added muscle building benefit. So I think that from that standpoint, it's 100% worth it. I just don't want you guys to think that increasing your natural testosterone levels is going to make a huge impact. But like I said, as a natural lifter, we're always looking for ways to get an added edge, and this is definitely one. So now that I've covered ways of how you can increase your natural testosterone levels through prioritizing your training and your nutrition, I'd like to move on to how you can actually do it in the recovery stage. So in terms of this, you want to make sure that you're really prioritizing your sleep. We all know how important getting a good night's sleep is, but from a muscle building perspective and from a recovery standpoint, it's actually been shown to actually help increase your natural testosterone levels as well, which I'll go over. So there was actually a study that was performed on people who actually slept 8 hours a day versus 4 hours per day. And those who actually slept the 8 hours per day actually showed to have double the natural testosterone levels than those who actually slept 4. So that just goes to show the importance for sleep for actually helping you build muscle and from a testosterone perspective as well. So I think that in terms of sleep, it's really important that you're consistent with it. A lot of people will get 8 hours and then they'll get 4 hours and then they'll get 3 hours and 6 hours. You want to make sure that you're really consistent and you're picking a bedtime that works best for you to really ensure you're getting that 8 hours. And not only it's going to help from a muscle building perspective, but it's going to also help boost your overall mood, your energy levels, which will actually help improve your gym performance. So you, as a bodybuilder or as anyone who has fitness goals, you really want to make sure you're getting a good night's sleep. And I feel like that's where a lot of people fall short, is they really make sure that they're training hard and they're eating right, but they're not properly recovering. They're not taking that extra step by actually prioritizing their sleep. So don't be one of those people. Make sure that you're really prioritizing your sleep, and I guarantee you'll reap the benefits. And finally, this is not really a way to directly increase your natural testosterone, but it's actually a way to optimize it. And this is done through staying relatively lean all year round. And basically the science behind this is that the more body fat that you actually have, it's actually going to lower or decrease your natural testosterone and increase your estrogen. And this is going to lead to a higher aromatase activity. And this activity is actually responsible for converting testosterone into estrogen. So in simple terms, what this means is that the lower body fat percentage that you can maintain year round, you're going to have higher natural testosterone levels, really leading that testosterone from being not converted into estrogen. It all really comes down to consistency and making sure that you're following a clean bulk approach versus a dirty bulk. Yeah, it might take a little bit longer, but honestly, you're really going to optimize your progress and you're really going to be able to build muscle while minimizing your fat gain. And from a natural testosterone point of view, that is basically what you want in order to really optimize those levels. Alright, so there you have it, 4 ways that you can increase and really optimize your natural testosterone levels. I highly encourage everybody to start implementing these into their routine. And as I previously mentioned, you can't really expect mind-blowing results from doing it naturally and trying to increase your levels. But like I mentioned before, every little bit counts. And these are just further ways that you can really optimize what you're currently doing. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do have a lot of great, exciting content that's planned in the works, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also turn on the bell notifications. I do really want to make sure you guys get notified every time I drop a new video. And for those who are new or returning to my channel, I do upload consistently twice a week, so you can expect uploads every Sunday and every Wednesday, and that's going to be consistent going forward for 2019 as well. So make sure you turn on those bell notifications and also give the video a like. A lot of work does go into making these videos. I really enjoy doing it, but I would definitely appreciate the like. So give the video a thumbs up. And like I said, that's going to do it. Until next time, peace out.